When did you have to choose between two lives, knowing one of them was yours? I was 15 when my grandmother asked me which one of us should stay. Not in some hospital hallway like you see in movies, but standing in our garage on a Saturday morning, sorting my mom's things into boxes. Mom had been gone 4 months. Dad was there, but not really there. He'd stopped cooking, stopped opening mail. Some nights, I'd find him asleep in his truck in the driveway because he couldn't walk past her closet. My little sister Sadie was 7, and kept setting the table for 4. Nobody had the heart to move the extra plate. Your grandfather and I can take one of you, Nana said, folding one of Mom's sweaters like it might break. Our place only allows one child. Pop just kept taping boxes. Neither of them would look at me. The thing is, both choices were whole lives. Nana and Pop lived 6 hours away in a little house by a lake. Good school, quiet street, dinner at 6 every single night. Staying meant our house, my school, my friends, everything Mom ever touched. But staying also meant Dad, and Dad was drowning. He wasn't mean. He wasn't drinking. He was just gone somewhere we couldn't follow, and somebody had to keep the lights on while he found his way back. Here's the part that really messed me up. Sadie was 7. Nobody was asking her anything. Whatever I decided, she got the opposite. If I went to the lake, Sadie stayed in a house where dinner didn't happen, unless a kid made it. If I stayed, Sadie got the lake, the quiet street, the dinners at 6. So really, I wasn't choosing where to live. I was choosing which kid got a childhood, and which kid got a job. I knew Sadie needed normal more than me. She still slept with a nightlight, still cried at loud noises since the funeral, still asked when Mom was coming back, then apologized for asking. But I also knew that if we both left, Dad would disappear completely. Some people you can leave alone for a while. Dad wasn't one of them anymore. I spent 2 weeks deciding, stopped eating lunch, failed a math test for the first time in my life. My best friend Becca kept asking what was wrong, but how do you explain that you're 15 and doing the math on your own father? The night before Nana drove back, Sadie crawled into my bed. "Are you sending me away?" she whispered. I told her nobody was sending anyone away. She was quiet for a long time, then said, "I'll go if you want. Dad forgets me sometimes anyway." That's when I realized Sadie knew everything. She saw the truck in the driveway, the unopened mail, the plate nobody used. She was 7, but she wasn't blind, so I made my choice. I stayed, not because I loved the lake any less, but because Sadie deserved mornings where an adult made breakfast, and I was already the one making it anyway. The day she left, Sadie helped me carry her bags to the car. She pressed her nightlight into my hand and said I could borrow it until she came back. I didn't have the heart to tell her the hallway was going to be a lot darker than she thought. Staying was harder than I planned. I learned how to forge Dad's signature for field trips, how to stretch $40 across a week of groceries, how to talk to the electric company like an adult. Dad worked, came home, sat in Mom's chair. We ate a lot of cereal and watched a lot of TV in silence. But the worst part was the Sunday calls. Sadie would tell me about the lake and her new best friend, and every week she sounded lighter, and every week I hung up the phone and felt heavier. 8 months in, Dad sat down across from me at breakfast with his hair combed for the first time in forever. "You've been signing my name," he said. "The school called about a permission slip." I started to apologize, and he stopped me. "Kid, you've been raising both of us since March. You think I couldn't tell?" That's when I finally cried. Really cried, like I hadn't since the funeral. I told him about the garage, about choosing between him and Sadie, about being scared I'd traded my whole life for a plate nobody even used. Dad held me while I cried and said, "You didn't choose between two lives, kiddo. You carried mine until I could hold it again." He started therapy that week, slowly got his signature back. By summer, Sadie came home for good, and Nana cried at the door. Sadie got her house back. Dad got himself back, and the nightlight went back in the hallway, right where it belonged.